Okay, so this one should be collected very shortly, and today we're gonna very quickly try to fix these 2003 Peugeot 307, the SW version. And issue with this thing, let me actually see if I can show you what it is. Don't let me down now. Oops, it's working. Oh, strange, it's working now, but apparently every now and then this horn doesn't work. So let me try to start this thing actually. Oh. There we go. Now it doesn't. Oh, there we go. Now it starts a little bit. Now it doesn't start. It doesn't start. What am I talking about? Now it doesn't work. No, it works now. Now it doesn't. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know if this is going to be the clock spring or if it's going to be something else. Apparently, according to the owner, this thing had a clock spring about 4 years ago. A brand new clock spring. I think he was charged £300 or 300 and something pounds for the replacement, which I'm gonna guess the clock spring they put in, or whoever put it in, was a genuine one. So to last only 4 years is a little bit odd. It might be that the issue is something else. We're gonna have a quick look and we'll try to figure it out. Okay, so the airbag is out, and you remove the airbag by putting a flat screwdriver, or I put this one. Let me see if I can show you this. Alright, so stay there somehow. I'm gonna do this. Let me see if I can place the phone here and I can show you this. So you place something here. There's a hole here on the side. There we go. Can you see the drive in there? And you push that spring. You pull one side and you do the same on the other side. Job done. The guy has this thing broken here on the side for the radio. But anyway, the first thing I noticed, guys, is a little bit on the strange side of things, because I was only be able, even when it was working, I was only able to make it to work by pressing down here, when there is clearly 3 points for the horn, one at the bottom, you can see there, but there's one there, there's another one there. So it's strange why it was only working on one of them. So right, let me see how we're gonna do this. Maybe remove this airbag. Keys off. This is a dual stage airbag, so there is an airbag also here at the top. Now we'll take this for the horn. There we go. Oh man. Oh man, it might be that was that. This thing just came off. Look. Was this broken somehow? Or was me that broken now? That's interesting. Okay, we're gonna have an airbag light now, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't reach that one in there, but it definitely works on these two. Okay, so let me open this plug here as well. Let me see how this is in there. Yep. Okay, and I got interrupted. I do apologize. My mistake as well, because this, although it's broken, has nothing to do with the horn. My bad. This is just a ground for the airbag, that's all it is. Okay, so we're gonna fix it. Obviously I'm gonna put a new terminal here, but that's nothing to do with the horn. So I'm not really sure now, because I was here now just trying the, I think I'm gonna take these off and inspect it properly. So now it is literally, oh, it's not working out. Oh, of course not, because I took this ground off. And I disconnected this. Why, Lewis, what are you doing? Yeah, it is working fine now. Okay, and what I've done is, so I don't need to be here sounding the horn all the time. It's bank holiday today, so I don't want to be here doing noise either. So what I've done, guys, is I very quickly disconnected the horn, and I connected my test light, so that cable is going all the way out to the front. So when I press this, what happens is that comes on as I press this. Okay, so and guys, I've been here for a little bit now, and what I've done is I press this down, and then I go with the steering all around as if I'm sounding the horn, and I get no brakes. It never fails. I go from lock to lock. That was me that released the button. Release it again. But yeah, I go from lock to lock, and the thing never fails. So at this moment in time, I'm not sure if this would be, there's a little bit of corrosion on that thing in there. I don't know if you can see it. See the difference between that one and that one in there. Don't know if it's, I'm gonna remove these screws here to remove this assembly off, and see if there's anything, if it's just because it's working all the time. Not 100% sure what's going on. Okay, let me take these off and see how it is. Okay, so that's been removed. Careful with the springs. They have these inserts that holds everything in place. And I think I found the issue, guys. I don't think this is going to be a clock spring problem. I think this is going to be this problem. Look at that, all burned, all of them. Look at that one. And even the last one, look at that. See how bad they are? So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to give it, this side is not too bad, but we're going to clean all of this and clean this, put a little bit of grease and dielectric grease, and put it all back together. I'm quite confident that this is not going to be a clock spring issue. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll give it a go and we'll go from there. Okay, and I've done one, as you can probably see. What we're going to do in the end is we're going to put a little bit of dielectric grease on every single one of them, but I'm just recording to show you how I've done that. Not rocket science, just with a needle file. I'm just going to file these down until all this burned layer is gone. And as you can see, there is an indentation on there. Can you see that? Tiny bot, so that's an indentation. I'm going to do it until I completely flatten the surface of these contact points. There we go. Done. Then let me just clean it. Now with a fiberglass pen, I'll just clean these around. There we go. Let's just clean it again. There we go. And now when we put this together, we just put a little bit of dielectric grease, as I said, to make sure we lubricate these contacts. Now we're going to do the last one, then we're going to clean the car, and then just hopefully put everything back together, but then I'll show you how I'm going to do on the car. Okay, so to clean on the car, all we're going to do, again using the fiberglass pen, we're just going to clean. Oh, come on. I think it's getting to the end, this fiberglass pen. See, so we're gonna clean all of this like so. Take any debris off. We're gonna do the same on that side. There we go. And the bottom one. And now, with a little bit of contact cleaner, there we go. Okay, so now, as I said, a tiny bit of grease and just put everything back together. Okay, also cleaned this plate here and put a little bit of grease in there. This is the point where the system picks up the ground from. Okay, there we go. And now we should be ready to plug everything else and give it a go. Okay, I worth to mention that obviously I put a new terminal here, and as you can see, let me actually see if I can pull this test light somewhere here where we can actually see it. Oh, come on. Like so. There we go. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. So let me start this thing. And I'm gonna have to put the phone somewhere so you guys can see. So what I want to do is this, you see, press and keep rotating left to right and see what happens. But let me see if I can place the phone somewhere. Okay, I think you can see here. Is it recording? I think it is. Right, so this is what I want to do, is I want to press one button and now go from lock to lock. Lock. I think it's perfect. Now that is me. See, sometimes it's difficult to keep pressing, but I think it's working perfect. Lock. Right, guys, I'm gonna give this as fixed. I don't think it's gonna be the clock spring. I think that was the issue, was the contacts underneath, and I'm gonna give this as fixed, guys. So we're gonna quick reassemble this airbag, and I think that's about it, really. So, all back together. Let's gonna start this thing again. I think we need to connect the tool to delete the codes, because I think the codes, yeah, it will not go now, even though everything is okay now. But look at that, in all three positions now, working perfect. Yeah, I think this is fixed. Yeah, this is fixed, guys. Right, this is done. I'm just gonna do a favor. He asked me if I could replace the fuel filter. He gave me 2 filters because he said he was not sure, or wherever he bought this, they were not sure which one, so they gave him the 2 possibilities. We're gonna replace the fuel filter as a favor, but very quickly we're gonna get the maxi sys, clear the airbag lights, and then we're gonna plug in, obviously, the horn back in. But let's gonna clear the codes, just make sure the car is fault free and everything here is connected properly. Okay, and it failed on the auto scan. Let's gonna go quickly to the actually brand. Okay, let's do an auto selection now, see if he reads the VIN. Looks like it might gonna be a no-no. I hate these plugs from Peugeot. Is this properly connected? Okay, VIN read has failed. Let's come back. Let's escape this. Let's gonna go to a manual selection. What the heck's going on? So this is a 307. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be the van. Oh, come on, really? Just wasting your time and mine. Give me a second. Okay, and I put the VIN manually. He found, or he decoded the car. Now let's gonna see if he's actually communicating with the car. Oh, come on, what's wrong with this? Well, let me check that plug. Okay, so I don't know if the camera is capturing. I had to force, I think there's a bad contact on these pins. The plug is all the pins, the holes on the plug where the maxi-sys connects, where the OBD connects, they are all sort of scray. It is not very good. There's one pin pushed in a little bit, so I forced these up like this. Let's gonna give it a go. See if we have connection now. There we go. Trouble codes. There we go. Clear the ETCs. No trouble codes. Escape. Escape. Off. And please stay off. Why are you back on? You should not be back on. What? What the heck's going on here? Okay, it looks like I effed it up because I didn't push one of these plugs all the way down, and I think that was what was causing my issue. Right, let's see if the airbag light still needs to be cleared. No, it doesn't. Look at that. You see? So now I should be able to clear this code. The code was just obviously present. Strange, a P code on an airbag module, but oh well. It's a Peugeot, so everything is possible. So this code was permanent. I would clear the code, and then I would read the code, and the code would come back. Now we have no codes, obviously. Okay, so let's just reconfirm. There we go. So all good, all sweet, all done. And right, sorry for this finale with a little bit of cock up, if you will, because obviously I didn't push one of the plugs all the way down before I put the locking tab, and that was what was giving the issue. As you've seen, the Autel doesn't give you a description of the code. Autel does that quite a lot on Peugeots. Just gives you that was me coming out of the ECU. Peugeot MaxiSys does that a lot on Peugeots. Just tells you the code and then tells you to refer to the user's manual or whatever. But guys, in the end, the problem is fixed, and that's the most important thing. With the horn, I'm really confident that this was my issue and that we sorted the problem. Just gonna connect these back on, put the horn back in place, not the place, just plug it back in, and we're gonna do the fuel filter, and that's it for this video, guys. So a little bit of mumbling around, but oh well. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope, who knows, might be that there is some information here you guys might can find useful, whatever might gives you another insight about what can be wrong with things, and not go straight to the clock spring. Obviously, if this comes back with the same issue, I will obviously either carry on this video, I will cut it somewhere, or I will make a new video, but I'm very confident that that was the issue and there's nothing wrong with the clock spring. So enough for the review. I hope you enjoyed the video, hope you learned something. I hope there's some information here you guys can find useful. If you do still have any questions, any comments, you know exactly how it works, guys, just put them below. And like always, thank you for watching.